Picture an infinite cosmic weaving where every thread is perfectly intertwined, forming the intricate pattern of all that exists. Every thought, every event, every breath is a thread in this grand design. There are no coincidences, no mistakes. Everything you've ever encountered, unexpected meetings, painful trials, moments of bliss, has a reason, a source. And for every cause, there is an effect. Everything unfolds according to a law. What we label as luck or misfortune is nothing more than the outcome of hidden causes that we plan, sometimes in this life, sometimes across other dimensions of our being. And more importantly, we'll learn how to master it so that we can take control and consciously design our future. Nothing is random in this universe. Chance is simply the name we give to the law that we fail to see. The law of cause and effect is the silent framework of all existence. It teaches us that every experience, from triumphs to hardships, is the product of a web of causes. No event is a mere accident. Most people live on the physical plane, reacting to external causes like leaves caught in a gust of wind. They feel powerless, like victims of forces they cannot control. But the Hermeticist knows the truth. The most powerful causes aren't born in the physical world, but in the realm of the mind. As the Kabbalion says, the mind is the stage of creation, where every cause begins. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions are powerful forces, shaping not only what we do, but also the world we attract around us. For example, a single word spoken in anger seems like a simple reaction, but it's really the result of a deeper thought or emotion that was already present in your mind. What the Kabbalion teaches is that chance is just a label we use when we don't see the law at work. When we awaken to this truth, we stop being passive observers of life, tossed around by unseen forces. Instead, we become conscious creators, planting the seeds of the reality we want to grow. This is the promise of the law of cause and effect. The power to rise above victimhood and step into the role of the master. Think of rolling a die. When it lands, it may appear to be random, as though pure luck determined the outcome. But that's not how the world works. Everything has a reason. Think about the die. The number that shows up is determined by several factors. How you held the die, the force with which you threw it, the way it spun, and even the surface it landed on. All these causes shape the result. It's not luck or misfortune. It's the result of causes, even if we can't see them all. Take flipping a coin, for instance. It may seem like it's all random, heads or tails. But if we could examine exactly how the coin was flipped, the force behind it, and even the air currents around it, we could predict with certainty which side would land face up. The Kabbalion gives the example of a storm. To the untrained eye, a sudden storm might seem like an accident. But in reality, the storm follows precise meteorological laws. Pressure, temperature, and humidity come together in a specific way to form it. With the knowledge of these factors, we could predict the storm with remarkable accuracy. What seemed like chance is simply an event driven by invisible causes. Many believe that success or failure is a matter of luck. But every event in your life is the result of a cause, whether it's an action, a thought, or a choice made long ago. Every action you take creates ripples, even if you can't see the full consequences right away. To understand the law of cause and effect through only the physical plane is like looking at the tip of an iceberg and assuming it's the entire structure. It's a narrow view. Hermeticism lifts this veil, showing us that causality exists across multiple realms: mental, astral, and physical. Grasping this law means exploring its impact on all these levels. Since the time of Isaac Newton, the idea of causality has been central to science. Newton's third law tells us for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This simple truth resonates with the Hermetic principle. In the physical universe, no force, no movement, no event occurs without a cause. When a stone drops into water, the ripples are the direct result of the initial action. But modern physics has taken this further. In quantum mechanics, we see that causality can work in mysterious and paradoxical ways. Quantum entanglement, for example, shows that particles can influence each other instantaneously, regardless of distance, challenging our traditional understanding of cause and effect. This suggests a deeper dimension where unseen causes operate beyond time and space. Hermeticists have always known this. They've taught for ages that causality isn't just linear, but multidimensional. Cause on the physical plane may begin with a thought, intention, or feeling on the mental plane. Franz Barden, in Initiation into Hermetics, says as true creation begins on the higher planes. What we experience in the physical world is merely a delayed reflection of what was already shaped on the mental and astral planes. For example, fear in the mind can lead to tension in the body, which might eventually manifest as illness. Conversely, thoughts of love and gratitude promote health and well-being. Karma, derived from Sanskrit, means action, but spiritually, it represents the totality of consequences of our actions, thoughts, and intentions. Every cause we create, consciously or unconsciously, leaves a mark on the universe, and eventually those marks return to us. This is the secret of karma. It's not just about the action itself, but the intention behind it. A seemingly similar action can lead to different karmic outcomes based on whether it's done out of ego or compassion. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, action is inevitable, but the true sage acts without attachment to the outcome. The law of cause and effect operates across all planes, physical, mental, and spiritual. Karma is this law manifest in the soul's journey through time. The effects of our actions may not show up immediately, or even in the same lifetime, but they always return, creating karmic cycles of learning and growth. Karma is not about punishment or reward. It's about balance. It's a universal teaching system that guides us toward harmony. When we learn from our actions, we align ourselves with higher laws. Both the law of cause and effect and karma are meant to free us, not imprison us. Once we understand them, we stop being victims of life and become creators of our reality. As Eliphas Levi once said, he who knows the law does not complain of it. Instead, the master uses the law to create their own destiny. Many people feel at the mercy of life, believing they are victims of fate, luck, or misfortune. This feeling of powerlessness keeps them trapped in a cycle of limitation. But the law of cause and effect offers us liberation. It shows that we are the creators, whether we know it or not, of everything we experience. To master this law, the first step is taking full responsibility for your life. Not in the sense of blaming yourself for the past, but understanding that you are the cause of everything you've experienced. Through thoughts, actions, and actions. When we stop blaming the world and start looking inward, we free ourselves from victimhood. We realize that every choice, every thought, every action has an impact on our reality. The true master doesn't just react to circumstances. They create new conditions. Imagine your mind as a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. Thoughts of fear, doubt, or bitterness will produce unpleasant results. The thoughts of courage, love, and gratitude will bring abundance and joy. As Franz Barden says, the magician first works with the mind. The mind is where creation begins. By mastering the mind, you master the cause, and by mastering the cause, you master the effect. Even the wisest masters cannot escape the causes they've planted in the past. But rather than resisting unwanted effects, they embrace them as lessons. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to align more closely with the law. What distinguishes the master from the victim is not a lack of challenges, but their response to them. The master sees life's effects not as punishments, but as reflections of their own actions and intentions. By mastering the law of cause and effect, you become free. Not free from the law itself, but aligned with it. You become a conscious creator, a true alchemist of life, transforming each moment into a step toward mastery. The Kybalion teaches that freedom lies in understanding the law. The real question we must ask is, what seeds are you planting today? Are you creating the reality you desire? Or are you stuck in old patterns? The answer is in your hands. Be the master.